Renaissance of Roxborough is a residential development that is located in Roxborough, Tobago. My objective is to highlight the physical, biological and human components of the area and demonstrate how they work together to form its total human environment. In Tobago, the government is the largest holder of real estate, and given the rising demand for homes on the island, they opt to transform some of its land holdings to facilitate residential developments. A residential or housing development is described as a group of individual dwellings or apartment houses that are typically of similar design. Usually, they are built, then sold or leased by one management, in this case, the government. They are basically places where houses are constructed for people to live in, on a permanent basis. Housing developments can exist in a number of places and varieties. They are high-density developments. These consist of apartment buildings, row houses, townhouses, condominiums or small lot single-family units that are closely built. Medium-density developments, such as suburban homes with large subdivisions on medium-sized lots that are located in close proximity to the city. Low-density developments occur in remote or rural areas. They are characterized as having multiple structures on parcels that are at least half of an acre in size, and homes are usually very far apart. Housing developments are important to humans because they provide a primary place for persons to live, rest, relax, play, entertain and recreate. However, the surrounding landscape influences decisions that lead to the establishment of the site at the select location. The introduction of housing developments in existing landscapes results in the formation of relationships among them and the existing biological and physical components in the specific space, a combination of which forms the total human environment in Renaissance and its immediate surroundings. As important as residential areas are, at times they may create conflicts, such as environmental conflicts, since elements of the natural environment such as trees and water bodies are usually destroyed or damaged and organisms are usually displaced due to habitat loss. Also, agricultural concerns may arise since the loss of arable and farmlands are not always desirable, since they provide food for citizens and in some cases natural aesthetics. Consequently, the transformation of these lands may lead to economic displacement and reduced food security, increased waste, noise pollution and competition for resources may occur as a result of the increased number of persons that are using the area. Not only would there be human-to-human competition, other organisms would have to compete for food among themselves and in some cases, with humans. Renaissance of Roxborough is classified as a high-density residential area. It is situated on a low-lying swamp that was once a cocoa plantation. However, although some cocoa trees are located nearby, the introduction of human systems has drastically transformed the area that is now home to approximately 60 families. They have introduced human-based processes that are supported by the different forms of land uses that shape and organize the community and its immediate surrounding. As indicated earlier, the total human environment in the area is underpinned by the introduction of human systems that forge relationships with existing biological and physical components of the area. The human, physical and biological components in the relationships formed are as follows. Human activities such as farming, recreation, social events, commerce and industry have all been introduced to the area and have changed the landscape and made it what it is today. Changes in these factors over time can indicate how humans interact with the area and give historical context to the present characteristics of it. As an example, human activity has transformed the topography of the area as major earthworks were conducted to facilitate buildings, roads, trains and bridges. The availability of such infrastructure, along with natural resources such as drinking water, and cultural practices such as harvest festivals, have all attracted residents and visitors who further extract resources and increase the demand for them. The physical components, or natural features such as the nearby mountains, rivers, primary and secondary forests, the seacoast and the area's close proximity to Roxborough's commercial district influence both the location and organization of the housing development. Building positioning and construction material are similarly determined by the sun's path and the microclimate that is created upon the surface of the buildings. Typically, persons prefer the sun to penetrate bedrooms in the morning and living spaces in the afternoon. Other elements that impact housing comfort in the area is the availability of fresh air from the ocean, humidity due to evaporation of the nearby rivers, and air filtration from the surrounding trees on mountainside and nearby flats. Also, the picturesque view of the ocean and surrounding mountain ranges adds to the aesthetics of the area and in turn human comfort. The biological components of the area are divided into abiotic and biotic factors. Abiotic components include air, water, soil and other basic elements and compounds. It includes climatic factors like light and humidity, the structure and composition of soil, including soil types, profile, minerals and moisture content. Biotic factors consist of the living environment which include animal, plant and insect populations that may exist within the common space. Some of these elements have been exploited for agriculture, road formation and building sites. Consequently, habitats have been destroyed or fragmented, the chemical composition of soils have been changed and the serenity that once existed in the area is being disturbed by increased pedestrian and vehicular traffic, noise and other byproducts of human processes. The biological, physical and human components combine to form processes that are driven by their interactions. It would be a never-ending task to list all of the processes occurring as a result of these interactions, so I shall only discuss the process of circulation for now. Circulatory networks are created by humans for transport in order to sustain economic activity and enjoyment of their property. These properties are delineated by boundaries that envelop the rights of each owner to his particular parcel. Land rights are the basis of humans existing in Renaissance and its immediate surroundings and contribute to its total human environment. The rights to these properties include residential, agricultural, etc., and are subsidiary to zoning policies that are based on government legislation, biophysical capability to sustain human activity, and the willingness of people to occupy the space. To ensure that persons have access to their land so as to exercise the right to farm, to occupy homes, to enjoy the beach, to access schools and medical care, roads that form circulatory network must be built. These roads must facilitate both pedestrian and vehicular traffic, and in doing so, habitats are lost or destroyed, pollution becomes more probable, and precipitation is insulated from the soil in the area and transported to nearby streams and ultimately the ocean. Such processes do transform the landscape by directly impacting the biological and physical structure of the area. As indicated, this is just one process within the total human environment in the area that makes up the landscape of Renaissance and its immediate surroundings. These and other processes are all evidence of activities and habits that people subscribe to by virtue of occupying and developing land in order to serve or satisfy human needs and wants.